Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to cover the fact that we are going to be able to show you the process of moving from accounting manager to client engager. Now, with this, we're going to be showing you the tips and tricks on how to do it best you possibly can so that you can have the most seamless way of moving from accounting manager, or bright manager as it's called now, to client engager. Trust me on this one, this is one not to be missed. Hello, my name is Aaron Patrick. I'm a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with a fancy new logo, that QuickBooks Chap on the internet, head of accounts here at Boffix, and also your friendly podcast who goes live each and every Monday morning with Ask the Accountant. Now, first steps on making the move from accounting manager to client engager is having a word with accounting managers themselves. You see, they've been absolutely brilliant with this process. I pinged over an email to the support over at Bright Manager, and they basically made sure that I was looking to cancel my subscription, wanted to know a little bit of why, going through that sort of information, and then they securely sent over to me all of the information. Now, it took about a day or so, so no time at all for them to get the information. They were using this really secure solution where I had to provide both an email and a telephone number. Basically, the link would have come via the email, and from a telephone point of view, I would get a code, and if I hadn't bought both of those, I wasn't able to access the data. So loved it, really, really secure and super quick. The information they sent over looked a little bit like this. We had these little breakdowns. We had accounts, client time, clients, all the CSV. So they're your databases, right? Including your person AML, so all the AML information, the users that you had, and some VAT validation elements as well. So they were the database that they were sending over to us. So that was great. We had all of that information if we needed it. But even better, they gave us a breakdown of custom forms, documents, invoices, and signed LOEs. The documents area was the bit that I'm really, really impressed with, because what you can do there is you can go into the documents area, and basically it was a client portal. And it had all of your clients in there, and you can go see them and see what information was there. So that made the migration super, super easy. So remember that, because we're going to use that when we go into client engager. So here's my data from accounting manager or bright manager at this point in time. As you can see, I've got all I need at this point. Now the trick is to get that into client engager. Let's figure out how we're going to do that. So first and foremost, I'm going to get myself into client engager itself. From here, I'm going to go to the clients area. From the clients area, I'm going to go data, and I'm going to go import. Now, client engager make it super simple on the import functionality. Basically, it gives you the opportunity to download an empty form. This is what you're going to use to populate your template. Now that I've downloaded it, I can go in, open the blank form, and it's going to give me some actual blank data to play around with. Now, the way that client engager works is it has the different tabs along the bottom. Limited company, individual or sole trader, partnership, limited liability, charity, and trust. And each one of them has the information above, so you can bring the information in. Now, what I then need to do is make my accountancy manager slash bright manager friendly so that I can bring it in here. My biggest tip for this will be to actually leave this exactly how it is, but what I need to do is go to the clients.csv, open this one up, and I want to be bringing this information in. Now, this is just sample data, so there's not actually all that much here. But for you, you're going to have a lot more data that you want to be moving over. Now, the way I'd recommend it is if you go in and apply a filter to the data, then you can filter by legal form. And what that gives you an opportunity to do is fill in the tabs along the bottom. So, for example, I would put a filter on for private limited company, and that will just show me the private limited company clients. From here, I can then start filling in the blanks. So I'm going to put a whole new tab on here, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to put in the information as they apply. Now, again, you're going to have a lot more data when you do it because you're going to be able to go through your whole client data. For me, though, all I'm going to do is bring in the information that I need, and I can go through each one of these as I go along. And realistically, all I'm trying to do is fill in these blanks, bringing in things like my PAYE references, VAT numbers, UTR numbers, and even my authentication code. I can bring things like my emails in, any contact numbers I may have, and any addresses I may have on file. But ultimately at this point, I'm building that through. And all I need to do now is go through, change my filter, this time to self-assessment, and start going into my individual or sole trader ones. So from here, I can bring in the name and any other form of information that I want to bring in. What I'm doing here is I'm giving me an opportunity to be able to go through and basically replicate the data from Accounting Manager into there. Now there are certain bits of elements of data you can't bring in, and we're going to have to do that manually, but at least we're going to have the shell data directly in there. And all your clients are pretty much, from their emails and contact information, everything like that, are going to be set up, ready to use Client Engager. Now that I've got my data in there, I'm going to save it and go back to Accounting Manager. From here, I'm going to choose the file, find my blank clients. What I do like about it is it gives me a chance to view the errors before I press upload. And if I didn't have contacts already included, they'll create them for me automatically. If I do have any errors, like on this one where my surname is missing, all I need to do is go back to my file, and re-import. Now that I've cleared all my errors, my data is ready to come through. Now that all my data has been clean and ready to go, I can review it one last time. And if I'm happy with it, I press the Save Data button. Those clients have now been successfully imported. I can go and browse my clients. And jump into any of the clients we've just brought in. Now, some pro tips to getting the rest of it done. The first thing I would recommend is making sure you head over to the folder templates area. From here, you want to go into each of your individual clients types, and you want to go and create a new top level folder. I would call this something along the lines of previous client portal. When you press confirm, make sure you go to that folder and ensure that your client, using the change sharing options, can read and maybe even modify those files. What that means now is if I go back to one of the clients we've just uploaded, from here and go to the files area on the left hand side, and from the files area I'm able to go to the previous client portal where I can press the upload file option and quickly go into my documents area and upload those previous files accordingly. This is going to mean that your clients are going to go from one portal to the other but still have access to all of that data they had previously, meaning they're going to have an opportunity to be able to still get access to that data that they really need access to. Another tip we used was to go and explore the custom fields option. From here, we created a whole new section and we called it previous data. And from here, we're able to go in and add some new fields. We had one called AM status. Now you can call it what you want, but the idea is that if you do a drop-down choice option, then you could add options like all data transferred and complete, needs transferring, and then just to be safe, new client post AM era. And that new client post AM era, we would set as our new default. So if we bring any client into Client Engager prior to us cleaning up the database, we knew that that client didn't need to have data brought in from Accounting Manager. And also what this means, this gave us an opportunity to be able to filter our clients. So I go back to my clients area and I look at my filters. I can have a look in the previous data area, AM status, and I could find the need transfer ones only. And to make it so that I got my data correct, I would tick all of them, bulk actions, edit a service or data, and bulk edit all the clients I've just imported to need transferring. And what that's done now means that I'm able to go in and use that filtering system so that I can go through each of my clients. So what I still need to do is go into the clients, go to my services and pricing, and tick these through. So you've got most of your skeleton data in there. Now all you need to do is go through those individual ones using that filter system to keep it nice and clean and tidy, get all those services in place, make sure the AML stuff's been brought over correctly, and then at that point I would go back to that general information tab, click the client onboarded, change that new AM tab to say that it's all been transferred. That client will then fall out of that filter, and then you can go on to the next one. For us, because most of that skeleton data was there, the next stages was a little bit painful, but far easier than having to create an individual client each time. Also, while you're going through, make sure you take the time to link it with QuickBooks, even Zama if you've got Zama connected as well. But linking it with QuickBooks means that you're going to start being able to populate and select those clients. And this link's really clever because it's going to try and find the existing QuickBooks client. Then you can link it, and what will happen then is those invoices will populate for you on the left-hand side. For us, having that invoice there was really important because that was what we were using to cross-check that our services that we generated and turned on matched the invoice that we sent to our client. And that really helped us make sure that we didn't miss anything as we go along. In fact, we added an extra question just to make sure that the invoicing had been attached. Another massive pro tip is once you've got all your clients up and running, make sure that you head over to your dashboard area and client portal users. From here, you can find all of your not invited, click on them in bulk, and press the invite selected client option just there. That way, all your clients are going to be invited to the new portal. Now, ideally, make sure the clients know beforehand that you're moving over to that new portal, but that means at least then all your clients are going to get that access straight away. And finally, now you've got your clients in the system, you can quickly and easily send them updates. For example, we use this opportunity to send them straight away, and they've got that new fancy app that they can download and use to be able to get that data to you nice and quickly. And there we have it. What do you think? As you can see, the tools are already there for you to actually get that data in nice and easy. That skeleton of all your data, of all your clients will be there without having too much of a pain. For our practice, we're able to go through, get most of it all set up, and 700 odd clients were able to be brought in over the weekend as a skeleton, and then all of that bits set up. So we got all of those extra columns and everything else set up, and those custom fields. And the team were able to turn around and quickly be able to go through and put all those services on and split up and put it in batches. And they were able to do that in just over 2 days. We went from going highly dependent on Accounting Manager or Bright Manager to now we can't live without Client Engager in only 2 days. And you can too. My name's been Patrick. This video, as always, has been an absolute pleasure to do for you. Good luck with that migration, and I promise you made the right choice. Bye for now.